Hey guys, how you doing? Suryasolsun, Yaakov Healing Art, and OAT. We are the founders of the Yog Tarot. We will wait to see if anybody and
For being here. We're 60 seconds in. We're having some technical difficulties, but the connection is stronger now. So we thank you so much. We're here, suryasolsun. I'm OAT.
and I'm Yaakov, and we're with Suryasolsun, the Yog Tarot. If for any reason you think that you do tarot, this is something beyond what you think you do. If you're not trained in this, there's no way you can figure this out. There's no way that you can do a reading like this. There's no way that you can understand. So we're going to wait for people to come in. And if no one comes in, it's really not about that. It's about logically understanding this word that's called spirituality. And what are you giving someone? Wouldn't you want to give someone a conscious frequency? That is all good. And understanding of why can we take one of our cards that are designed, that's spirit. If you just look at this card with your heart, you will start to see that something starts to happen. That's why we have the cards. But recently, we stopped accepting just anybody wanting to come. No, we have to virtually see someone first, and then from there they can come, because we need to really start to teach you this system that has been around since the beginning of time. So, spirit, if you take the word spirit, in order for you to be at good understanding, you need balance. So, just because you say you know a religion, and your family did this, and it's your way, and this is the way, and just because you have a bill, you're not in great spirit. You're in fear. You're in anxiety. So this is a teaching lesson also. Diamond. Well, if you were to see a real diamond, before it's cut, you will see nature. How many of you are in the true nature and able to come into spirit and have such a fine line that it can cut anything? Well, you would have to understand this card. See the way I'm moving it around? Time. So, spiritually, what does the word time mean to you? Have you had someone in life, I've been so busy I couldn't call you, I this, that, but they made over 20 different phone calls during the day, talked an hour, they just didn't call you? Somehow you know that person is lying, Because you know in life you did that before. I just been so big. You make up a story in time that you get lost in your past or your future.
Now everything happens in the present moment. So within time, what is it that you can do right now that will just put you at a state of ease and grace? We teach this as a foundation where the breath is something that goes along everything that you're trying to do in developing more balance, more of your spiritual self. So we have these live readings for people to come on. So if you're on our channel and you want to tune into something like this, you put something in the comments. It really doesn't matter what time. If you have something, a question, we will always get back to you. And then make sure you subscribe to us and notify when we go live so that you can come on in the real time. But really, what is real time? It's just the time where you get the information that you need to move you forward or to share it with someone else. So there's no good or bad within this. It's just what are you doing in your life to make sure that you are fulfilled, abundant, relationship, health. And this is the basis of the 10K Yoga Tarot, where we're not only saying, okay, you're limited to having one spiritual gift. Let's say it's clairaudience or clairvoyance, where you have that ability and that insight. But where is the blockage or the quote unquote limitation that you say that's preventing you from achieving exactly what you want? You're always able to achieve that. So as you look at the 10K Yoga Tarot cards, these are universal cards for everyone. We embed the color vibration. We understand that in life, you need to have a sense of self and also an independence financially. Chanchu, a symbol in Chinese and Eastern mythology. We take from every single aspect of abstract notion to color vibration to religion, depending on what you resonate with. Because someone could be, for example, follow Catholicism and Christianity, but the Tao and Shintoism and different Eastern philosophies really appeal to you. So this is where suryasolsun is not limited in what you want to achieve. It's really showing you that mirror within inside of you that you can't say you're too young, you can't say you're too old, and if you do say it, you're limiting yourself from the Buddha mind that's always there within you.
And the Buddha mind can be the Christ consciousness, the Krishna consciousness. All of you are running at each other, running all these things, but in reality, why are you in competition with each other? That doesn't make any sense. And then you're in these little groups that you attack. The reason why suryasolsun is the way it is. Most people cannot figure us out unless they get out of their own mayhem.
And we also realize that in life, you will encounter people and groups and powerful influences of personalities that will try to put you down no matter who you are. And not only have we been through this, and it doesn't really matter, others have too, but the power to regain and understand that, yes, you have a voice in this world. It doesn't matter who you are. Get rid of the competition. Get rid of the sportsmanship in a way, but understand everyone is in this together. And the protection that you want, the protection that is needed, whether it is a defense of energetic, electromagnetism, spiritual gifts, animals, black magic, voodoo, it doesn't really matter. It's really when you go back to the practice within inside of you, and this definitely varies between every single person depending on how you want to shift your life and how you want to shift your consciousness. And if your heart is open, right place, right time. This is what we're all about.
And identifying that, see, what happens if someone comes to you, well, I'm religious, I went through this, I am a Reiki master, I am a therapist, I've been through this, and this. and this is what I need you to tell me, and my energy center, that's a controller. Nothing else to identify. Doesn't mean that person's already trying to control you. So if you're a spiritual healer or a practitioner or this word called master, what is your true mastery inside yourself to understand, like, okay, wait a minute. So you're going to tell me when is the time for you to see me, myself, I, the one that is given a session, and then you're going to make it up according to when it is convenient to you. Well, that's a little controlling. You have to learn to understand that, okay, I do not need to explain to you. Our process, it's better for you to watch. After a while, you will resonate. Join our shows. Listen to some other master teachers speak. And there's no downgrading. See, because at the end of the day, just because a group or certain people decide to say, what should we read we should go into the email and go to Corey, and this is what Corey writes, and thank you, Corey, and thank you, anybody. If you're going through something and you really don't have money, this is your way to email your question, and it will be answered.
And like we said, you can comment on this video or any one of the videos that allow you to express if you feel the need to, and you really need guidance at this point in time, heart to heart. It's truly felt.
So we're going back to Corey, but beforehand, understand that in this, we're going to use the word system because there's tons of systems inside of systems. And we're going to try to answer Corey's question. But on top of that, if you listen to Corey's question or anybody that sends in a question, you are automatically deleting trauma from your body, even if you didn't experience this. So the more you watch and listen, the more you'll understand. We do have master teachers that study personally and go out and come back in and go, but their job is not to prove to the audience. The job is to give service. Whether it's a paid service, a free service, a discounted service. If you need help, we'll get you help. Maybe to you, you say to yourself, well, those are the masters. Right now I can't afford it. But who would the master recommend me to? But the master will tend a call with the other master. So you'll still get master, but that's also not practice. It's the master joining another master without taking from them, but experiencing light for some other master to share a service at a discounted price. And there's a free way. So let's get back to Corey. We didn't forget about Corey. And Corey says, hi guys, I thank you very much for everything that you do. I have a very big problem that I cannot put my mind to rest I join all these spiritual groups online, and they have all these rules, but for some reason, they all attack each other, and people are just proving. How do I attend but get out of the realm of nonsense, as you call it? OAT, what do you want to pull a card on this?
Yes, that goes back to the pillar of where is the protection and the balance with inside of the self, the routine over time, and also the breath in the middle line and the spine of what you're doing. Spiritual practitioners, healers, or people alike, there's trauma in the body and also in the mind. So you have to go to the root of that. Stop making excuses, stop blaming, stop bringing past experiences into your current reality. And then little by little, it's like chipping away where the truth is revealed and you're able to use the insight and see the truth within others. Also be able to heal with the heart without pain. So it goes both ways. As you work on yourself in the presence of others, everyone else heals, but then the protection of yourself needs to be acknowledged and worked on constantly. That's the whole point of this life, is to shed and clear.
And understand that you need, Corey, to strengthen. You're weak in some areas that are emotional because you identified a certain time, and when we're looking at it, you're a reliever of obstacles. Now, we have the Ganesh, but this goes towards every religion, and it's not the Ganesh, it's the elephant itself. And you have to be able to understand any group that you join. You can go to a bank and people could be in line and someone's going to give you a dirty look. Someone's going to give you a rude explanation, or you're going to be waited on and you're going to be out, and the waiter's going to, just because the waiter's having a bad day, decide to drop their emotions on you. And if you don't know it, you get caught up. So these groups do that a lot, and this sounds funny. I call it the theater curses. It's so dramatized that you get caught in your own matrix of others.
It's also really not focusing on the number of the situation, because remember, everything in the virtual world is just a code. It is ones and zeros, but also quantifiable in comments and likes and hearts and dislikes and all these different things that are put to a time stamped. So really, how do you get beyond that aspect? Is just being yourself, going into a different mindset completely, a different perspective where you're here to aid the world. If there's any type of greed, anger, jealousy, hatred, not healthy competition, because there is such a thing where people help one another in a way where, yes, you're doing the same thing as someone else, but you have a skill that helps me with, I have a skill that helps you with, and not only does this help each other, but yes, this helps the world. Isn't that the point? Everyone is looking for a harmonious conjunction with one another, and also tapping into the divine forces of nature. And it kind of goes, when you have more than one person, the power is stronger. But when everyone is aligned in the same way, inside of the heart, inside of the light, inside of the goodness that is the whole point of life on this planet, and to get rid of whatever trauma you feel like you need and what you put yourself into, That's where the obstacle, and you are your own destroyer of your own obstacles. It is the strength. So let's just allow us to strengthen in whatever we need to right now. Strengthen the middle, strengthen the spine. Going into the pure essence of the diamonds within you. Maybe you don't think you're ready. Who's that is talking? Understand that you are. What do you need? Finances, confidence, just a different perspective on life. Strengthen right now whatever you need. Allow yourself to see yourself like a diamond shining in whatever it is you want to do. Whatever gift interests your soul that's innately within. A crown opening. Because everything is connected in this universe. You have all the intelligence that you need. So let's just strengthen again.
Now, let's get into this word called discovery. How do we identify? The minute you pull up the word discovery, you start to see that there's doubt. Someone somewhere told you something, and you have doubt, or something happened to you. You need to spiritually change your DNA, because you're infected like a virus.
You need the light to shine through the DNA, and then the vitality within inside of life is just everlasting. It's like a fountain of youth. But in order to do that, you have to come to the truth of the fact that you are the way that you are at this moment. If you want to change an aspect of your life, you're going to have to come to the truth of you and stop denying and making excuses. Usually all this programming comes from early childhood, from values of people that raised us in family and different things that had memories and scars. So what are you reliving now that you've always been reliving, and how are you going to cut it? How are you going to break it? Some people would say a curse, but it's really just a mindset that is not serving your desires at this point. So we're going into a reprogramming of the DNA into seeing no evil and knowing that evil is just a word. But what is the evil within inside of this world? Not inside of the world truly. Yes, it manifests from the minds of the human beings and the minds of greed and anger and jealousy and envy and competition, where people put each other down so that they don't express their true soul. That's what the evil would be. So again, breaking free of it, but only you can do it for you. Truly relying on someone else to do it is okay, but it's just like another excuse in life. If you don't take responsibility for how you are at this point, it's just another excuse, and that's going to lead into the next day. And then what are you going to truly change? The shaman. So everyone is truly a teacher. If you say you do know what you're teaching, beautiful. Some people say they don't, and it just flows through, a pure vessel of light. And whatever this light is, some call it God, some call it Source, Allah, Hashem. You can call it whatever you want, but it is that essence within inside of you that is within inside every single person. And when you make someone feel bad, or you don't like someone, or you say that you can't stand the energy, or the energy of this and the energy of that, well, you have an attachment to something that you're really hurting yourself by speaking those words. So what do? When you feel you're sensitive, a lot of people now are very sensitive to feelings and vibrations and emotions. So where's the protection? How are you allowing your gifts to automatically just flow, where life just happens and opportunities just happen? the smile.
And the understanding is, see, when you think of this word called the third eye, or what's the scientific name, what have they identified, and what is working beyond the senses? So when you open yourself that the light is in, and there's nothing to do in that light except to do the service in which is giving, but also it gives back. So you got to learn to open yourself up. Now here's DNA. It's different than the other DNA. See, we have two different decks of ours. Watch. Pay attention. See that? Now if you got a double one of these and a warning, that means that you have to understand where you are. So what do? Where do you go? How do you change your DNA? Well, how do you change anything that you don't want? You have to let it go. If I gave you a bag that smelled horrible and it made you feel like you were going to puke or throw up, do this, do that, you would put it down. You wouldn't hold it. You just say, I really don't want that. That stinks. I'm sorry. Thank you. Maybe some of you would put yourself through that punishment. But that's you that does it. So don't allow anybody to dump. You gotta catch the person trying to dump in you. Yeah, you gotta catch it. And you gotta reverse it so that it doesn't go into you, because this is real. It's inside of you. And you have to identify what is going on. So in this case, we read. If someone comes on, it doesn't matter if they do, if they don't. We're not here to do this for ha-has or try to get clients. We're here to teach. The longer you attend, the more teaching you're going to have.
And whoever stumbles upon this or finds it one by one, no matter what segment, the change just is. When you breathe and you see that there's all different vibration here. But neutrality is where you can go beyond all of this. And this is where we talk about the strength and the tree of life, and realizing that, yeah, no matter what you've been through and people that might talk crap about you and whatever business that you're on and whatever path that you decide for yourself, it could be in any facet that you want that is about you, that makes you feel a certain way. Why do you have to listen to that? Why do you have to internalize and build a life on a lie? When you have the power to liberate yourself, that is with the DNA. The true Godhead within inside of you is power. And that's where the strength comes in. You have all of nature at your disposal, and it's not even at your disposal. It's here for you to change something about yourself, something about your world, something about your ancestral path.
And this is from Tommy in New York, New York. My mother has verbally abused me since I'm a kid and always said my sister is better, and she always takes sides. I always feel like I'm being attacked. Okay. So you got a label with the word attacked. So you have an emotion that you're psychologically dispensing into this blueprint that you're going to have a warning. True Godhead. It's your choice.
Again, you can come to the realization that you don't have to live in that mindset anymore. So what if someone likes someone better than someone? How do you like yourself? If it bothers you and you're not saying anything about it, then who's really causing the pain? So within inside of yourself, the people that you choose inside of your family, your parents and your so-called siblings and even your extended family are part of your plan. The cosmic bond within inside of everyone that goes beyond your lifetime. It is within every single person. The best thing you can do is get beyond the programming. And it's not something that happens overnight, but it can for some. It just means how long you can shift your perspective, deal with the shift of emotions that go along with changing your life, and then bounce back into a greater aspect of yourself, the infinite universe, the cosmic bond with yourself that you'll never leave yourself again. You'll always love, and love transforms everything negative.
Now here's homework. We'll even give homework. Next person you talk to or go out to eat with, count how many seconds it takes them to tell you what someone else did to them. And then catch all the complaining. Then realize, wow, that's a lot of gossip. How many people go out to eat and with the first, you believe what so-and-so did? Not, hi, how you doing? How's this? How's that? No, the first thing you start off. That's a manipulator, that they don't realize what they're doing.
And sometimes it is not too easy to eradicate people from your life that are influences, because maybe there's a sense of manipulation on you, maybe you're manipulating them in a sense. So that's the real truth of life within finding the true insight within inside of yourself. So you have to be at a completely neutral state where it is beyond the person. It is for the greater of the universe. Don't speak anything negative, and realize that people in life change. So you have to change too, but you can't hold on to anything.
Energetic readings that we do. So everybody take a breath. And there was a little boy by the name of Anthony. And Anthony was bullied. And all the kids made fun of him. Especially one bully always beat him up. And one day, the bully almost got hit by a car. And Anthony ran and hit the bully enough to get onto the curb so that he didn't get hit. And then everybody asked Anthony, why did you save that bully that always hits you? And Anthony said, doesn't that person deserve a life? Breathe that in, guys. Who would say that? That's our spiritual stories.
What is that inside of someone that at a moment that is needed all the hate is forgotten, all the anger is left, and all the fear just dismantles. Whatever you need to say, that evaporates into space, and you can have clarity in whatever you want to do.
So, where are we in life? Well, let's look at today. All of you out there. It's telling you to shut your mouth, not shut your mouth trying to harm you, other people talking. You need to stop your talking, some of you. You're committing sin on yourself. Some of you for today. Also, Tree of Life. How have you been growing the past 6 months? How have you been advancing? Are you more happier? Or are you a little rotten? Fix yourself. The next card for today is a blank card, which is amazing. So that means you can do anything you want, but it really takes you. And if you create a story, then you're the fool. Be you. You got a blank card. You can do anything.
We're suryasolsun. I'm OAT.
Yaakov.
You can come back to this video anytime and see the card clearing and know that you really can do whatever you want to do. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the bell so you can come on when we're live. And if you have a question about your life, go ahead and express. Change is in the next moment. What are you going to do to change?